And
what you think of Farrakhan?
Oh,
and all his white and all that.
I thought, hey, what?
The white carpet and all that shit.
Oh, he was clean, and I loved it. He had in the Garden of so-called Eden, and you know what I like about Farrakhan is that people always go, "Oh, he ain't." Like I put on Twitter, and people going, "King," because you know most white people know me obviously as King of All Black. So, King, you support this anti-Semite? And I was like, what? Like, what I like about what his speech was, what I liked about his
words to people just because a certain thing.
And he said it. He said it. He said, I have Jewish people in my home for dinner. He called it some, you know, the name that they call dinner. You know, all that you know, I don't know the name. But he said that he was talking about the empire. You heard what he said about Chelsea Handler, the comedian?
I heard that part, but I didn't really catch it.
Man, that shit was deep because I remember he
talked about her show and shit.
Yeah, because she posted something he said.
Yeah.
This was years ago. And she got like a lot of flack for it because she's Jewish and a lot of Jewish people came down on her for saying that, for so-called supporting him.
Mm-hmm.
So he explained that to Chelsea Handler. He said, I appreciate you. And he said, he just went, he was talking about how the coronavirus is sent from heaven.
Yeah, he said he asked the coronavirus to go to Florida.
Ooh, he said, touch it. He said, touch it. He ain't say go there. He said,
I asked God to send it there. And
no, he didn't say send it there. He said, I asked God to touch. Oh, Lord. He's going into that shit.
I was like, yeah, he talking that shit. He talking crazy.
And you know what? If you step back, all ministers can what do you call it? Mold their speech to the truth. Like if God, well, I'm gonna use your parents because they're not deceased. Like at my father's, mother's, like everybody's funeral, the priest doesn't know them.
No, so I already seen that. I seen that jokes.
Yeah, so they know how to
they use the same. They use things. They ask you about them a little bit, and then that's it.
Yeah, they put the story together.
Yeah,
that's their job. But what Farrakhan was saying yesterday, a little bit of that was there, but you couldn't argue about what he was saying. You can't.
No. Well,
he was deep, man. He was deep. He was deep.
He was talking that talk.
Ooh, he said. I
just don't like the Israel-Palestine shit. Like, nigga, that shit ain't ever gonna get resolved.
Well, he doesn't. I don't think he thinks have any illusions about that getting resolved.
No, he's saying that the God is coming. He's gonna do it. I don't like when niggas say shit like that. Like, come on.
He talking about Mecca and all this stuff.
Yeah,
but
I'm not with all that. But
I really, I couldn't turn it off. I could not.
I watched the whole thing. 3 hours.
He's 88 years old. He's 88 years old. Why did they put that white thing over the cup? If anybody knows, can put in the live chat. Is that dramatic? They put the paper or some kind of shit.
If there's flies around, there's like mosquitoes and shit around. They fly in there.
Yeah, no. And then he said,
"It's not water."
Yo, when he picked up that glass, hey, listen. Let me just say.
It was a Trump. It was a shot at Trump.
Oh,
it was. All the water shit was a shot at Trump.
The who?
The water shit. Him picking up and drinking the water.
He's 88 years old. That nigga said. Yep. And he also said, he said Trump. He said, oh, you thought you were going to slide into re-election. You had the party set and everything. And then God came and threw this in the mix. I said, oh, the virus. And he said, oh, it ain't getting no better. It's going to get worse.
Yeah.
He said y'all could. He said Dr. Fauci started clowning that.
Started clowning the doctors. But you know what he said? Most important that we didn't talk about last week that we were supposed to talk about. The vaccines in Africa.
Ooh, Hennessy is fucking
The vaccines in Africa.
Yeah, but do you know that they're doing the test on them right now?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I seen it.
Yo, nobody's talking about it.
But people are volunteering.
You damn right. Wouldn't you if you were living in a shack?
They don't really be living in shacks like that. Like,
can you imagine
not all of them?
Can you imagine living in a shack and then getting coronavirus? Like, God damn.
It never had. No, but Africa never had coronavirus.
Nah.
They had like one case and it was a white dude.
So then why are they testing?
That's what I'm trying to say. Africa had one case of coronavirus. It was a white dude. I'm
asking you, and I know the answer. When I ask you something, Sp8Ghost.
Don't ask me. Just say the answer.
No. I want you to say I don't know, and that will feed. It feeds me. I got too.
What do you ask me? Okay, ask me.
I got too much curls.
What if I got the answer? If you ask me.
Oh man, I fucked up. I got too many curls.
Shampoo, man.
Yo, right? Please tell me don't have too many curls on the next show.
Stop, man. Stop.
No, seriously. He was saying that. No, it's a whole lot more. Please don't let me forget. Don't let me forget Madonna.
Okay.
Please.
I'll write that down. I don't have that, but I'll write that down.
Oh, put Madonna down because she kept it so real.
Go ahead. So Africa.
Okay, Africa. We gotta get to Kanye West too. Running for president. All right. Africa, they are testing people, and there are positive signs for the vaccination. Now, I was listening to Farrakhan the whole way through. Thank you for sending it to me, because first of all, I didn't know he was going to be speaking. So I want to thank you, first of all. That slipped by me. And I enjoyed every minute of it. But with the African thing, with them testing, you have to understand something. It's not like Africa, like I just was saying, they live in shack thing. I'm just joking around. Everything comes out of Africa.
Not this virus.
Yes, the virus comes from God. I believe it. No, I believe it.
Now you believe.
I'm not saying.
You wasn't saying that a couple weeks ago. Until Farrakhan said that, you wasn't saying.
No. Farrakhan is catching up to the way I'm thinking. He is. He's a little late. But like, hey, if you're late to the party and you bring something with you, you could come in. If you late to the party, you come in empty-handed, nigga, get the fuck out. But listen, I knew, yo, you know what? All for real, I was gonna call you and say, how don't we know? How you say that? How don't we know?
How what? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying, okay.
How do we know?
How don't we know? Okay, how?
No.
Okay.
We don't know. What are you trying to say, man?
Okay, I got it now. How can we not say that the virus didn't come from heaven? Why are we thinking it's something that if it was made in China, that's what he said. He said it wasn't. He said it wasn't made in China.
If it was created, they would have a handle on it.
Ooh, nigga, I fell back. That's shit. One thing about him, and I like people like him, and that ties into.
But that's bullshit too. Because even if they did create it, it will get out of hand because Americans are fucking crazy.
Well, you can listen. You
can't control the American people.
you could refute some of the things he said. But one thing you can't refuse is when he's talking about God creating pestilence to combat pestilence. Like he was saying that, oh, you thought you was going to reign this earth and what you did, rape, pillage, all that stuff that so-called the white man did to gain all of this stuff. Because you ever heard the Frederick Douglass 4th of July speech?
Bro, I'm not a history mate. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit.
Don't say you don't
history
give a fuck.
shit.
Don't say I never heard it. Don't say I
never heard it. No, and you know that.
It was in 1865. I don't know.
Just reference it. Don't tell me.
Don't ask you.
Don't ask me if I've seen it. Because the answer is no. Even if I did, I probably don't even remember.
And yo, and these people died for this shit.
That's great.
But
that's great. What? I didn't say nothing wrong.
You said that's great. But
I've never heard it, Shampoo.
Yeah, but it had no effect. It's not
even
great.
If I did hear it, I'm not gonna remember. I don't remember the whole Martin Luther King speech. I don't remember that shit.
You don't remember I had a dream and
no, I remember that, but I don't remember the whole thing. Everybody else just remember I have a dream. They don't remember what he said.
And let me tell you something. He made a lot more speeches than that.
Hell yeah.
He made speeches saying that he made a mistake with thinking that we should be segregated. No, not segregated. He made a mistake. I think they're all definite. Like, no. I ain't got the men mixed up. Martin Luther King made a speech that was really not broadcasted. You can find it. And he said he made a mistake in leading black people to think that they could be integrated with white people. Did you know that?
Nah, I never know that.
Yeah, it was called My Bad. The speech was called My Bad.
Right, stop, bro. Stop.
No, it is. No, I'm not joking. Seriously. I'm talking about that. But he did make a speech saying that he made a mistake leading. And I like
talking about Africa, man.
I'm giving you some information, credible information, and I'm going to get back to it.
What does the Frederick Douglass speech have to do with Farrakhan?
The Frederick Douglass speech was the opposite of the speeches that you hear every 4th of July. Independence, the freedom of man. The barbecue chicken, apple pie. We were downtrodden and then we came to glory and the Constitution. No. Frederick Douglass' speech from 1865 was the opposite. He said, your Independence Day was our hell. You got to listen to it. That's a new tattoo?
No, man.
Oh, I think you raised your own. Niggas do that shit. Niggas I know, they always do some shit to make you look at something.
I know, I was scratching my neck.
I thought that was a new tattoo.
Get the fuck out of here, Shampoo. There's something wrong with you, man.
But people, what was I saying?
You're talking about Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass. Do me a favor. Not now. But for your own information, go. Thank God for YouTube and thank God for Google. So all that shit, fake vaccinations and Farrakhan saying, which is true, they've used us long enough. Now they're going to try to depopulate the earth with the vaccine.
It's easier to kill us than it is to control us.
See, when they start talking that shit, yo, I couldn't turn it off, man. I could not turn Farrakhan off.
Farrakhan's like DJ Khaled in a way. A little over-exaggerate shit, man.
How dare you?
Over-exaggerate shit a little bit.
How dare you? His son is going to be worse. His son is worse something, Farrakhan.
All right, here we go.